I'm Stephen D. Sullivan, and I was hired in 1980 as part of the editorial department at TSR, and then in about 1981 I moved into the art department. And I had a variety of jobs. I was one of the editors on the Moldvay Cook edition of D&D, and I was one of the main mappers in the art department for my time during in the art department. So there were about 2 years before Dave LaForce came back and after Dave Sullivan was doing something else, where I did pretty much all the maps that TSR did during that time. I was also the artist in the original TSR computer game company, which only lasted probably a year and a half. TSR put out 3 games and then decided there was no future in computer games, so we should all stop doing that. So, as an editor, they might recognize my work from the Moldvay Cook edition, the red and blue basic box, or perhaps I was the editor on the 2nd edition of Top Secret. I was also one of the editors of the infamous B3 module. So there's a number of things they might know me from there. In terms of maps, I did the Forbidden City map, which a lot of people really liked, and a number of the other pre-Ravenloft 3D maps were my work as well. When I hadn't been there very long, one of my jobs was doing copywriting, and I was very nearly fired for writing out the word "and" in Dungeons and Dragons on the back cover of the boxes. Now, fortunately, my defense and the defense of the entire production department was no one had ever told us that you had to use the ampersand. So all of us working in production very quickly learned to do an ampersand by hand, and then got it right from then on. That was pretty interesting. And there was also the whole B3 debacle, the original B3, but that's a long story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm currently a writer of novels, and I have been doing a number of novels this past year. I just finished a Kickstarter for Tournament of Death 3, which is a fantasy novel series that I write live during the Olympic Games. So over the course of 17 games, if you join the Kickstarter, 17 days, join the Kickstarter, you actually got an entire novel free online with interaction with me that helped shape the story. I also released a novelization of the classic film White Zombie in October, and just last week I finished a free online novel called Daikaiju Attack, which is a giant monster serial like Godzilla. Well, the best place is to probably look on my main website, which is sdsullivan.com.